This is my Spark Cycleworks Brute, and I'm Wyoming Rider, and I do reviews and videos on electric bikes and other electric devices in the most rural state in the country. So come along with me on a new adventure. This still is a work in progress, but as you see, I have made some modifications since the last time you've seen this beautiful bike. I did get rid of the rear rack, which meant this totally changes the look of this bike and makes it look much smaller. And I did get my Tapia seat put on there finally. I've been trying for quite a while to get this on there, but since mine is one of the very first ones to roll off the line, the hinges were made different, and it's still, as you see, not perfect. It'll suffice for now, and I'm trying to find a better solution to this. Asked Matt a couple of times for help with this, but he's been so busy he doesn't really get around to me. But I did at least get it on there so you can see what it looks like on there. It's a very nice seat, and I really like the look of this bike now without that rear rack. It looks so much nicer to me. And in order to do that, and they started doing this with the newer ones anyway, I moved my lights down here, my rear blinkers. I put the tail light on the frame itself. Pretty easy to do. But yeah, it looks really nice now. I really like the look of that. That single kickstand is much more convenient. Put up and take down most of the time. But now if I'm going to work on it or something, then I'll put the other one down. Yeah, but I'll show you. Pretty easy to get on now, especially without that rear rack on there. And it is a fairly tall bike, really, because I can't quite sit flat-footed now with the Tapia seat because it is about an inch taller than the stock seat. So it does make it sit up a little bit higher, but I sit in a really nice, comfortable position, and the seat is very comfortable, of course, like all the Tapia seats. So yeah, next we'll just take it out for a short ride because I do want to run it on the extreme hill test over there, since I haven't really got to put this one on there yet. And we'll see how it does there. It is really windy today, so I'm not going to be able to do a speed test, and I don't even have a full charge on it right now anyway, because I've been kind of storing it for winter. So yeah, we'll just take it out and do a short little spin on it and let you get some more good views of it. And I really like their newer versions of it, because now they're making them with the black frame, which is looks so good. I would love to have that black frame eventually, but I'd have to move all of my stuff to the new frame, which would be kind of a pain. But I like the silver one too. It's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty proud that I have one of the original first batch bikes, because not many of these around. All right, and then we got it out front out here and got it turned on. And as you see, I do still have the original display. All the newer bikes have a smaller display on them now, because apparently they were starting to have trouble with these bigger ones. Only problem I have with mine is the battery. Since I did that battery upgrade, doesn't report correctly anymore. It really is 75% right now. But other than that, I haven't had too much trouble with it. I have my speed accurate on it, and I have tried to get that battery part to be accurate, but I probably need somebody with a little more far driver skills to help me with that. So you guys know how to do that. I would sure love to know. I said I have tried to fix it, but it has not gotten any better. But luckily it does have that little app thing, and it is always accurate, so I can always bring that up at any time and see how much juice is in this awesome, powerful lithium battery. Alright, so without further ado, let's get on down the road. Alrighty, down the road here. I just got it in one right now, and right away you can see a big difference between this bike and the Goat Power Bike's King Goat, and that is the noise. Since this is just a hub drive, it is very silent, and it has no pedal assist. I mean, you can pedal along with it, but it's not really doing anything, honestly. Oh, another thing to mention is these hinges I do have on here currently. I did 3D print those myself. They are basically a 2.5 inch hinge, so apparently the new bikes must have a 2.5 inch hinge on the frame instead of the 3 inch like mine has. So the holes don't quite perfectly line up either, but the 2.5 inch hinge lines up perfectly with the seat side of it from Tapia. So in case you run into this issue, seems to be where it's at, but it does match 2 of the 3 holes on the frame. So that's, like I said, still a work in progress. What would make it perfect if I could get one leaf that was 3 inch and one leaf that was 2.5, make one hinge out of that, and then it would probably work perfectly. Anyway, let's turn around here. This is our extreme hill here. We'll get up a little further up. back up here. Right now I'm only in 1, so we're going to put that up into 3. Man, I can tell you there's a big difference in these seats though. And this Tapia seat's so much better, so hopefully my 3D printed hinges hold up. They are made out of ABS glass fiber filament, so it's a little more durable than your PLA and stuff. Anyway, without further ado, let's climb this hill and see what kind of speed we can get. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, with my and you may have not seen the last test because that was before the controller issue that I had on the King Goat, but it did, I do believe, 38 by the time I got to the top of the hill up here. So let's see what this one does. Woo! Woo, that's really rough right there. Very close. 37. So not a huge difference. See, they are pretty equal in speed. Only thing I can tell you the difference is when you hit the throttle in this thing when it's in 3, well, it really throws you back. Takes off much quicker at the low end, then slower, then it kind of slows down as it speeds up. But yeah, it has a little more low end torque. I think my rear suspension just bottomed out a little bit there. Hit my, I thought I had adjusted that enough so it wouldn't hit the underside of the frame anymore under the seat, but that's what you just heard though. So every once in a while you hit the certain bumps that it'll do it. Takes some pretty hard ones though. Really need to tighten this mirror up on this side too, I see. Like I said, we're just making a short little video today. Some people still don't understand the concept of using blinkers, so I guess I don't have anything to worry about. Woo! Really windy up here. Up here on the hill. Still in 3, so like I said, I don't have the draggy or nothing on it, so but we'll just do a quick grip on it. It's not even at full battery, so it wouldn't be that accurate anyway, and it's really windy. But let's see what you can do here. Thing I like with these Tapia seats is that angle in the back on the makes it easier to lay down. About 56 or so before I got to the curve. Just so you know, on that short little run there, because this thing takes a little longer to get to full speed than the King Goat does. King Goat was able to get to 65 right there. Quite a bit faster as far as acceleration. But the top end itself, when they both top out, pretty similar. I have gotten the King Goat to do 67 a couple of times before I burn up the controller, but this one here will consistently go 65. So, but keep in mind, I could tune this thing up even more, but I'm pretty happy with it, just where it is. It goes fast enough and doesn't overheat, so that's the main thing. No overheating controllers, no overheating motors. So like I said, I'm pretty happy with it there, because it is a very fast bike. Plenty fast enough to keep up in traffic. And to me, that's what makes these faster bikes safer, is the fact that I can keep up in traffic. Something that the lawmakers just don't seem to understand. But we'll go up the speed test hill here. Woo! Just about 45 there. They said that's a really steep hill, but it ain't near as steep as that other one. I'll also say one advantage that this bike had previously is the fact that you can register it, because this can be registered as a moped or motorcycle, either one. So it makes it nice and future-proof. But some of the others are started doing that now, including goat power bikes. So that's why I picked kind of these couple of bikes, because yeah, especially after I learned that you were doing that with the goat bikes too. So that's a great thing. So both of them can be registered. Like I said, so if laws get really crazy, you can register the thing and ride it as a moped, motorcycle, or some states are just making it where you can register e-bikes in general, and they would also probably be able to do that, even though these are really too fast, and I would say register them as a moped or motorcycle, honestly. But there it is, beautiful bike. So I'm gonna screw down that suspension a little bit more. That did bottom out that one time. in the rear back there. And it's because I do weigh 220 pounds, so, keep that in mind. But it's a great bike. And the Javelin, I think, is even better. And now there's also a mini Javelin. So, yeah, definitely check out those as well. And if you want one of these bikes, please use my link down in the description below and my coupon code. And I do believe it is Wyoming right there. I could be wrong. I do believe it is. And anyway, I think it saves you like $200 off. So keep that in mind. Quick note too. Yeah, seems like my hinges held up just fine and really hard, heavy bumps. But so far, so good. Seem to be holding up just fine. And I'll see you in the next one.